How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're looking at two currency pairs again. We're looking at the US dollar, Japanese yen, and also the euro and US dollar. Before we hit the charts, in the left-hand side corner, bottom corner, there's a link to my website. Go visit that. I've got all my videos categorized. It's just easier to go on my website, and especially when you're a new trader, just go click on those little video sections or video categories on your right hand side on the website, and just scan through those videos. It's all categorized nicely. I've got some some other cool features on my website, like my preferred broker. The link is also in the description. Go check them out. And yes, like I said, pretty cool stuff that's still on there. So let us hit the chart. So we're going to the US dollar Japanese yen first. So we're starting off with the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we can see this big push of the big bullish movement still carrying on. This is now, I just want to show you here. So we have a area of, let's call it support and resistance, or just a nice little structure area in the market. That price is basically just respecting a little bit. So price was rejecting that area, breaking through, coming down, and just, acting as a support area. We do have this area at the top here. It's going to go to your 4-hour just to see it much better. So there's going to be key areas that I'm going to be looking out for, especially this week. It's going to be that area. That's going to be our high. And then we definitely, looking at this area of the low. That's, price needs to go and basically go past that, because we have got our sell orders or sell stops basically at the bottom here for these guys that climbed in for the buys. So that's going to be key areas to watch out for. We also see this trend line that's formed. I'm just going to draw it like that. Going to make it a little bit better for you guys to see it clearer. So there. Okay, I would have it almost there. There we go. So we have got this trend line that price is respecting. So bouncing off it, going up to the top, just kind of consolidating here, coming down, bouncing off that again, going up again. And now we find ourselves, or price finding a little bit of consolidation ending this week, kind of not knowing where to go. We have got this area, look at that. Also a nice, very, very vertical line being drawn. Not vertical, sorry, horizontal. And price respecting that key area in the market as well. So, let's see what happens. And is price going to push up to the upside, breaking this previous high, taking out some liquidity and carry on? Or is price going to start taking out all the liquidity that's lying in the bottom here, because there is lots of it, especially after that big bullish movement that's been happening for the last couple of, let's call it, weeks. Hourly time frame. Okay, the hourly time frame, we can see obviously just zoom out a little bit. So we have got that big high on the top there, and we have got this big low at the bottom. Okay, so that's where we are looking at. So I want to show you how price actually, moved through these areas, and then look at that. That was the previous high I was explaining about. I think it was last week, and last week I was also talking about this low. So we can see that there's some liquidity hunting that took place. So basically price was in consolidation, went down, tapped into that liquidity, and then started moving up and tapping the liquidity on the top again. So this is now the time price is just accumulating some orders, and we are anticipating a big move soon. So I would keep my eye on that, especially on these higher highs, or this high, very high, and this low at the bottom here now, to see where price is just going to break out and then move towards. If you did catch this little move, I will show you, there was a big push down with a bearish candle, then price came up, basically tapping that liquidity, went up and retraced. So, that's just right there. So you have got this low forming, price going up, forming a small little high, retracing, and look at this nice little entry. in the 62% to 79% zone. And look at that, boom, hitting our third take profit. So that was a very nice little trade. Just wanted to show you the amount of pips that you could have caught. It's 150 pips odd. Okay, so always be on the way out, or always be on the lookout for these little moves that it makes, especially if it's in consolidation. Don't just think when price is in consolidation, you know, it doesn't look like any breakout. You have got some breakouts, especially on your lower time frames. Go drill down to them, your 5 minutes and so, and then especially when there is a big consolidation like that, you can still trade it. You don't have to wait for a big breakout and a big rally like it did here on the higher time frames to catch those pips, and you can catch them inside a consolidation with just exactly what I did just now, you know, price hunting liquidity. And like I said, on the lower time frames, you will catch them, and you will catch some pips, you know, during the week. Let us move on to Euro USD dollar. I want to start off with a monthly on this one because I want to show you something. Okay, so we do see that price is currently on a very low. Okay, it is on that area that, you know, it has been in the past. 2015 it touched it, December it went, January 2017 or December there was, you know, that switch over here in 2016 17. Then on March, you know, 2020 it almost came close, rallied up again. Now 2 years later again, it's finding itself on that zone. Scrolling down, you can see there is some liquidity at the bottom here, and price can rally down. So let us see what the euro is going to do. Is it going to, you know, start tumbling down? Is it going to respect this area again and then push to the upside? We will have to look for signs for that big bullish movement, you know, for these guys that's hungry and their mouths are watering for a nice little buy setup. Keep your eyes out for that. Daily time frame. Just want to, there we go. Zoom in a little bit. Pretty simple. It, you know, in it with a little bit of a consolidation area. So we have that low, and I would like to see price, you know, going past that high. I would like to see it pushing through it, you know, coming back. And again, we always look for these areas that's, you know, liquidity hunters, or the liquidity is being hunted, and especially at the low. So let's just keep an eye on. If it goes up, don't just, you know, carry on with the sell. Just have your risk and stop losses in place, because like I said, price can just easily come back and then carry on to the downside. So always be wary of that. Let's go down to the 4 hour time frame and see what it does there. Okay, so again, keep an eye out for this high. Once price goes past that, then you'll be looking at all these, you know, areas of liquidity lying up here, especially at the top here. Okay, so that's a high. We can see a little bit of a trend line forming here. Oops, so lazy. Sorry guys. Let's click that. Okay, so we have got that trend line that's running there. Just do it like that so you can see it clearer. So respecting that area in the markets, so price moving up. And then also, you know, currently we just see price, you know, tapping in that area over there. Almost do it like that. There we go. So resistance area, up, support, resistance. So it's basically tapping in that. Will price now come down, tap that liquidity, oh, tap that trend line again, and then start slowly moving up? Will it form that flag area? We will have to look and see. Don't just predict the market, react to it, like I always say. 1 hour time frame. Okay, so 1 hour time frame, pretty simple. You know, we have got the zooming out a bit. There we go. You can see price almost hitting that low area over there. So we have got that low that's lying under there. There we go, like that. And then obviously we have got this high area. I like to just, you know, draw these areas out in the market. It looks simple and easy, but you know what? Price action hunts these areas in the markets. Okay, so please just keep these lines in, and you'll see how price will go to those areas. Look at this. if you take your high, Fibonacci from your high to this low over here, okay, there, and this area, 62% area, you can see if you went into a little, let's call it a sell at the end of the week, because this was a nice little setup that took place, price just, you know, ending up over here. If you are in a sell and you are, what is that, 50 pips in profit, keep an eye on that. I would start moving my stop loss, because it's the beginning of the next week. You know, the price could just shoot up from here, and just be careful of that. Another way that you could have entered this as well is, you can see this previous low being broken over here, the structure. So basically you had this push to the upside, that was the previous low, price rallying through that area like you can see. And what I always do is, there's that fair value gap, or that, let me just draw it for you here, the gap in the market right there, look at that, and price going and touching in that area, basically pushing in it, and then from there on selling. So always be on the lookout for those gaps area in the market as well, especially after breaking structure, and you can see price moving or pushing down, then coming up, retracing into that area, and then start pushing down to the downside. So guys, let's keep an eye out on these two pairs for this week. Will the Japanese, or will the Euro USD dollar start pushing up for a nice bullish movement again, so we can start buying again? And will the dollar Japanese yen start with this rally to the downside, so we can start selling on that side? So again, don't just, you know, predict the markets, react to it, and just be wary when you trade. Have your risk in place, and yes, I hope you guys are having an awesome week. Stay safe and happy trading.